Hey everybody, I'm KK.
I'm Kristen.
Together we are
KK Crochet.
And today is Talk About It Tuesday. And this is talking about your crochet mental health. And what I mean by that is when you get to the point where mentally you are blocked somewhere along the way, you just do not want to crochet. We often call that losing our crojo, losing our momentum, losing our want to. Or maybe you lose your crojo for a project. And then there's also losing your crojo, period. So we're going to talk about both. So let's talk about first losing your crojo for a project. What do you do if you have a project that you've worked on and you just don't want to touch it?
Be honest.
Yes,
I haven't touched
honest.
it for months.
She doesn't touch it for months. Okay. That's one way to take care of it. Put it in timeout.
Yeah.
Put it in a bag somewhere. And often we see crocheters who are going through their whips and going, I don't want to do that anymore. I lost my crojo. I'm done with it.
Yep.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with starting a pattern and realizing it's not for you. I look at it kind of like people. You know, you're not going to get along with every person in the world. That's not possible. Our personalities are so vastly different. But that doesn't mean you have to be mad about it or mad at them. You just go on and live your life, right? You guys just can't have that kind of relationship. Maybe you can't have that project and you can't have a relationship with that project because it's not for you. So you can toss it. You can reuse the yarn. You can do like Miss C does and pass it on to somebody else and let them do it. You can reclaim the yarn. You can throw it in the trash. I'm just going to be honest. I know people say, oh, how wasteful, don't do that. Yes, it's wasteful. But there are certain yarns that I have had that it is more of a hassle to frog them than it is to throw it in the trash because their fibers bind together so closely that when you go to frog it, it is a mess and you end up with bits and pieces, but so much so that you're really not going to have a salvageable fiber anyway because you're going to break it every time you go to pull it. Case in point, blanket yarn I was using this week to work on something, and I kept having to pull it back out, and finally I thought, oh, this is nasty. So the first part of it I cut off and threw away because that kind of yarn, once you use it so much, it kind of loses the beauty of the yarn and it gets squished, and then it'll start to get weak, and after so long you pull on it and snap in the middle of your project. So sometimes you're better to cut your losses. Then there's also, you can start another project. You could start the same project with a different kind of yarn. Maybe it's your yarn, maybe it's your hook. You could pull it out and start again. Or you could just find something else to do. Find something else that you want to crochet, and then maybe you'll want, and then put it in timeout for a little bit. Go back and look in a week or so and say, am I really going to work on this? And continue to check in with yourself each week with your whips and say, am I really going to finish that? Just like when we did the mood blanket. I got so far and I said I don't want to quit as far as like not do it at all. I don't want to scrap it, but I'm done working on it. And so I made myself do a little bit more, and then I came back again the next week and I'm like, no, I'm really done. So I quit. And to be honest, it did get thrown in the trash. It was a big, long, like scarf looking thing, and I was using it as a stitch marker holder, and it stretched and had all different kinds of yarns, and yeah, nope, trash. So it's okay. It's all right. So what about if you've lost all your crojo? I think we're so bad to tell ourselves, I just need to sit and wait until it comes back. Sometimes I feel like that's waiting on somebody else to change their mind about whether or not they want to be in your life. You know, it's kind of like relationships. I swear it is. Yarn is like relationships. Sometimes I feel like we're waiting to see if crochet is going to come back and just smack us in the face. Stop waiting. Stop waiting for your crojo to come back. Yes, it might take some time, and yes, I guess in the long run you have to wait for it to come back, but you don't have to do nothing while you're waiting. Find another craft. Cross stitch, macrame, painting, clay, knitting, what else? Miniatures.
Diamond painting.
diamond painting. I mean, the leather work.
You could plant a garden.
Yeah, you could do so many things. Coloring, all of these different things that you can find to do. Take that moment to invest in a new craft for you. And I'm at this point now. I love crochet, but I really, really long to do something different. Creatively, I long to do something different. And I have a couple of things in mind. But I've been this way for about a year now. I really, really want to do something else. I don't want to step away from crochet. I want to do something else plus my crochet. I want to enhance what I'm doing and find another creative outlet because I kind of feel like I'm in a swamp, kind of like I'm spinning. There's so many things you can crochet, but if you've got a wheelhouse and that's what you do, you kind of get tired of it, right? I want something new to do. I want to pick up something new. And Pamela at Ginger Cat Crochet, she was doing that. I saw where she had challenged people to try something they've never tried before. You could do needle felting. You could do plastic canvas. There's so many crafts. And a lot of them I've done, and I don't want to do those. I want to do something different. So just let your imagination, take over and do something different. And then come back and crochet. And who knows, something you find in that craft may spark your imagination about crochet and give you something completely different that you really, really love. Okay? So just think differently. Think outside the box. Try not to get bogged down by the fact that you've lost your Crojo. Sometimes when you've lost your Crojo, you can do something small and mindless, like a hat or a scarf or a coaster or something, and try a new stitch, and it will get your creative juices flowing again. A lot of times when I don't feel like crocheting, I either do a C2C blanket or I do hats, because both of them I don't have to think about. Unless it's the C2C join as you go, and I got to think about that one. So that's completely different. I'm learning that one. Hopefully one day it will be mindless. Right now it is not. So think differently. Think outside the box, and don't let it get you down. Don't go around going, oh, I just don't know. I don't want to crochet, and I don't feel the desire to crochet. Then do something you do have the desire to do until it comes back. Quit waiting on it to knock down the door again. It'll come back, I promise. It always does. It goes missing for a little while. We all have this problem. It's kind of like the socks and the Tupperware lids in your house, or Tupperware, I'm showing my age, the Rubbermaid lids. They always come up missing. Now, they don't always come back, but your Crojo will. I promise it will. It will come back. It will return. You just have to give it time. But in the meantime, don't sit around waiting for it to return. Go do something else. Find joy in something else. What do you think?
Yeah, I have to do that. I read or I do something else when I don't want to crochet. And then it hits me all at once and I want to work on every single whip that I have.
I do that, and then I also watch other people crochet because that keeps me connected to crochet in a way, and it feels that need for crochet when I don't feel like crocheting. Like right now, I have no desire to crochet, but
Right now, I just got out of that Crojo where I want to work on every single whip that I have right now.
I don't have a desire to crochet, but I need to crochet, so I gotta snap out of it anyway. Sometimes you have to, like I have things that need done, so I have Christmas extravaganza. It's got to be finished. I hope next year to start earlier. I say that every year and I procrastinate, which is the whole point of Christmas extravaganza, to keep you from procrastinating until Christmas, November, December, to make gifts for people. So don't forget to come back in July and watch that, because it'll give you ideas that you can make for other people or for yourself. I found one for me and I'm loving it. I'm almost done with it. I can't wait. I think you're going to love it. It's absolutely fabulous. Not because I made it, it's somebody else's pattern. I think it's a fabulous idea. It's very useful for crocheters or anybody, and I think you're going to love it. So stay tuned for Christmas extravaganza. And if you are a content creator and want to be a part of that, don't forget to send me an email and we'll clue you in on what you need to do. And also, if you are not a content creator and you want to participate, be sure that in July when it starts, if you make any of the projects, you send us pictures so that we can make a slideshow and send that out to everybody so they can see. That's all we have for today. If you lost your Crojo, quit looking for it. It'll find you, I promise. Don't forget to be kind because
You don't know anyone else's journey.
bye.
Bye, guys.